Liverpool City region is comprised of 6 local authorities, and the Transport Authority sits as a partner with the Liverpool City Region Combined Authority and Metro Mayor, which gives it strategic powers to think particularly about transport. The public rail and bus is part of that purview, but obviously planning the network is a problem that's hoving into view as we try to realise all these government targets, local ambitions, and grapple with what the networks need. Metro Mayor Steve Rotherham will be around for the lunch break. He has set out his ambitions to decarbonise the city region by 2040. There is a local industrial strategy in the works that will give some detail to the various tacks that are going to be taken at the city region level. They'll need to align with what the local authorities want to do, and there's a separation of duties around highways and transport that means the partnership working will be critical. Steve's got a vision for tidal energy from the Mersey River as part of his manifesto, and he's putting investment into that business case, something that will come to fruition over, not the next mayoral term, but the one after. But there's a belief here that we need clean, renewable energy to support this trend to decarbonisation across homes, transport and industry. And of those, transport appears to have a lot of wind in its sails from the EV revolution. If you talk to the industry, you'll hear about it today. We've got OLEV in the room, Office of Low Emission Vehicles. They'll tell us that the industry predicts this massive take-up of electric vehicles soon. But you need to do stuff at the local level as well to enable that, a core charging network. So we'll hear about that. We'll hear from the Energy Saving Trust, who are going to tell us about how to get ready for that from a business point of view and ready fleets. We're going to hear from both Liverpool City Council and the Combined Authority on their policies around clean air and how that dovetails with greening transport generally. And we're going to hear from people who are practicing this. WeGo are here to talk about greening their fleet and running electrified vehicles for supply. And Renault are here as well to talk to us about what the industry is doing in terms of preparing products that the consumer wants. Yes, there's a big picture on the whole of the energy system that we don't have time to go into today, but there's a great ambition to think about hydrogen economy, tidal power, heat in buildings, and when the local industrial strategy is published, there will be a picture emerging, and transport will be essentially in there. It's important to work across these different policy areas now to make sure that things are lined up. So the city region's carbon trajectory is falling, but not in line with this fast target that we want to set. So there's a need for greater national policy to push that agenda, and also local interventions as well, and we'll hear about those today. We're also here in the Liverpool City region, part of the Northern Powerhouse. There's another event going on in Hull today where a report for energy and clean growth in the north is being launched. And again, that recognises that joined up thinking across wider geographies about transport infrastructure will be critical to reaching these targets and developing a lobbying position back to government. The government of the day, the report's out today, and that's sharpened our argument for the next Parliament. So thank you for joining us. I'd like to say thank you in advance to Scottish Power for Scottish SP Energy Networks. I fatally do that all the time. SP Energy Networks, who are, and ManWeb in this part of the world, who are making today possible, and Green Fleet for delivering it on our behalf. And thank you to all our speakers in advance as well. It should be a good session. Energy is my background. I've got a big gap in my knowledge around transport and EV, so I'm going to learn a lot today, and I hope you will too. Thank you.